What's going on, everybody? It's your boy CJ, and I would actually like to take a second to sit down and talk to you what the passing of XXXTentacion actually might um, make some people feel, or why this is actually a serious matter for a lot of people. So, after you watch this, I hope you take a second to reach out to the people that you know took what he said to heart, and they told you that he meant, or his music meant something to them for a deeper meaning. So just reach out to them and check on them. But that being said, let's get into the video. Um, this is hard for me. I don't talk about myself. I don't talk about my emotions. I don't talk about anything for myself. 9 times out of 10, if I'm uploading a video of anything, it's my point of view or stance on something, which I've done before, or me playing video games with my friends, or fun stuff usually. Um, Anyone who knows me knows what I'm about to say is 100% true. I don't talk about things like this. So hate me, whatever, trash me in comments, talk shit behind my back, I don't care, but this just needs to be said for, I guess, the purpose of being said, because some things went down yesterday. If you don't know, which you all should, because you're on the internet, XXXTentacion passed away at 20 years old. Now, if you're an old head and you don't fuck with his style of hip hop or our era of hip hop that we're living with, whatever, right now, that's fine. I understand that everyone's choice in music is their own choice. Choice that coming from me, it's everyone's choice. Everyone likes what they like, and that's fine. But a lot of these younger kids out there, they listen to it. So I'm gonna let you in on why this is a big deal for myself, and kind of my stance on the whole situation, on what happened. Now, please know, everything I'm saying in this video is not me bashing Tentacion in any way. It's not me bashing X at all. I actually personally enjoyed his music, and I had different reasons for why I enjoyed his music. So, passed away. Young kids are obviously going to know what happened. I mean, they're going to see that he passed away. I mean, they're on the internet. It's how they found him in the first place. Everyone's talking about, oh, well, I actually read a joke that someone was like, well, then he probably deserved it because of what he did. And then they proceeded to talk about how he had this, he beat that girl, but before we dispel anything or argue, I'm not here to do that. Whatever. You made your comment, you said what you said, you do what you do. Some people say things and they made jokes about them, whatever, do you. Some people are trolling, whatever, I get it. There's trolls, whatever, I don't care. It's not what this is about. This is about the impact of what actually happened. Now, for those of you that don't know, XXX had that song that pretty much everybody had heard. It was at least once, Look at Me. That was a really big hit of his. Should turn my phone off, sorry. It was a really big song of his, and a lot of people, turned up to that song. Everyone said, oh, this is garbage. That's what I'm talking about with new rap, blah, 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 blah. And then, we got things like, this was 17, and I want to say, so question mark, I was like sad question mark, whatever, the album art was a big question mark. So you started what he started with, and then you look at him now, it was him, obviously Look at Me. If you've heard it, you know what it's about. And then you listen to songs like Fuck Love, Jocelyn Flores, stuff like that. You can see where he's, grown in his music. Sad, Moonlight, stuff like that. You can see he's trying to go a different direction with what he started. And I respect that as a music lover. I respect that completely. I mean, Tyler the Creator did it. Go listen to Bastard. and then go listen to Flower Boy, Cherry Bomb. So take that as you perceive. So here's the problem that I'm having with this though, that people aren't really, I don't know if they're not grasping it or if they refuse to grasp it or whatever. So mental health in our society is a really big issue that people talk about, or they say, and it gets brought up quite a bit. Kanye just dropped that new album talking about being bipolar. Everyone knows about Kid Cudi's struggle with depression. Depression. All hip hop artists, they go through what they go through. Whatever, all artists, they go through that mental struggle or their personal struggle with their lives, and that's what they do. But here's why the death of XXXTentacion is actually upsetting to me in a lot of ways that a lot of people, I hope, can relate to. So when I was 14, I lost a very important family member. So this was in 2009. I was a freshman in high school. I was a kid. I still am a kid. I'm 23 now. It's been almost 10 years now. I'm still a kid. Whatever. I get it. But I was in a dark place. So what happened put me in a dark place. And I was kind of lost, and I didn't know really where to turn, because as a kid, you don't know how to process those kind of emotions like death and depression and sadness and spiraling and stuff like that. You don't know how to handle that. At least personally, I didn't. If you did, more power to you. That's cool, but I didn't. I was lost. And I actually looked this up a little bit to make sure I didn't sound like a total idiot. In December, Bastard dropped, and I remember hearing Tyler for the first time. And we were going through different struggles, but he was in a dark place himself, and I related to that. I related to being in that dark place and feeling alone and feeling like no one understood you and being misunderstood for who you were, stuff like that. I was in a dark place, I felt alone, and I found someone who I felt that I could connect with through their music. So you start from there, and I wasn't just happy instantly. I wasn't just, oh, I'm better now, I found someone I can connect with. But I felt less alone in my situation, because I had that small escape that I could go to in my headphones or in my room or in the car, with my friends, or, depending on what was happening. That's, I found that person or that thing, that music. So I have friends who in dark places found XXX. They found X. So I know that they felt less alone, and I know that feeling. He gave them that feeling that Bastard gave me when I was a kid. So this death of a music artist is more than that for a lot of people, and people aren't going to understand that. You can say what you want about him, but he influenced a lot of people. He helped a lot of people in ways people don't understand, and that's fine. You don't have to understand the complexities of the human emotion. But just remember that there's someone out there who listened to his music and they found that escape. They found that person to cling to in that moment, because when they feel like they're down and out and there's no one that can relate to them, even though they have all these people to talk to, they have all their friends, family, whatever. Trust me, I had that. I had countless friends, I had countless family that said they were there for me, and if I needed them, they were my shoulders to cry on, whatever. If they just needed someone to vent to, talk to, to hit them up or just go talk to them. But the complexity of human emotion and stubbornness and hard-headedness prevents a lot of people from doing that. Or even, the way some people were raised. That's just who you are. You are preventing yourself because you don't want to seem weak, or you don't want to seem needy, or they're your problems and you can deal with them, or you just were taught that makes you weak and you should never show emotion, whatever. You've had your own personal thing. personally, I had a great support group. I had my family, my friends, you know, I had my sister. We both got, you know, put in this little dark, well, not little, but this dark place because of what happened. We lost that family member. And with Tyler, we found that person we could connect to, and it actually brought us a lot closer. And now to this day, my sister and I have never been closer. Of course, it's sad to say that the passing of a family member brought you guys together, but that's not how her and I see it. We see it as we found something that we could relate to together, and it actually made my sister and I look like we're best friends to this day. I talk to her all the time. So just think about this. Someone found someone to connect to, whether it be their art or their music or them as a person or, you know, whatever. They found something to connect to within themselves, and they found something that in their heart and in their mind showed them a little light, or showed them that they weren't alone. It showed them that there's more out there like them, that there are people like you, and you're not alone in all of this. So even after this, you know, I'm not like, well, now you understand. You're not. It's fine. If you don't, you don't. You get it, whatever. That's not the point. I'm not here to force my views on you or force why I feel or what I think. I'm not pushing anything on you. But this is actually really heartbreaking to me because as I've gotten older, you know, I found happiness in my life. I'm a lot happier of a person, and I'm so far out of that dark place I used to be. And I have the music to touch with that, you know? I followed Tyler from his career from that point on. And, you know, Flower Boy, what does he say? He composed it as a symphony for himself. He wanted something that people could sing and relate to and, you know, kind of be happy with and stuff like that. Now, those were his exact words. I don't know. Don't quote me on that shit. But I get to continue to enjoy that. Now, the people who connected with X and they felt like that was their only connection at this point, that connection is gone, and they can only relive the emotions that they felt when they heard those songs for the first time. And think about it. After the passing of a person in the music industry, their music always reblows back up, or people always start talking about how, oh, I'm so sad, like this is a devastating loss for me. But like personally, this is a devastating loss for me, because now I know my friends who are connected with X, or those people who are connected with X like that, or still are, that connection now has to be lived on through past experiences or past songs. They can't, oh my God, XXX is coming out with a new album in 2 months, and I can't wait because of this, because I connected so much with Sad, you know, or question mark. I'm sorry, I don't really remember the name of the album. I'm sorry, forgive me. Or even 17. I connected with 17 on such a heavy level, and in 2 months he's dropping something. I can't wait to hear where he's at now, or what it is, or how he's evolved, or how his music has changed, or what he's gonna say. That experience and that mystery is gone. It's gone. That connection will forever be theirs. They will always be connected to what he brought to them and those emotions that he helped them with, or those moments he helped them with. That connection will always be there. Always. But it's saddening to know that a life was taken over something so stupid, and now so many people are actually going to feel lost again. It's actually really saddening. So for those of you out there who are X fans, I'm sorry for your loss. For X's family, my condolences. Words can't describe what you feel right now, and I am so deeply sorry for what you've lost. I'm sorry. No amount of I'm sorry's, or no amounts of it's all going to be better in the end, or he's in a better, none of that. None of that's going to help right now. But I am sorry for what you've lost in your life. I'm sorry for those kids that have lost their light, and I'm sorry for those people who have lost that life that they found in this man, in this man's work, in his music. Now, if you don't agree with me, you don't agree with me, that's fine. It's fine. But for those of you who felt like you lost that light, I'm sorry. Hopefully you re-find it. Or hopefully X's past work and his words and whatever you connected to him with on those levels or Lil Peep, or any artist that you've lost in the past. If you feel like you've lost that light, I'm sorry. But I hope re-listening to him or reliving those moments, or even listening to a song again and be like, damn, I remember when I heard this for the first time, I was in such a dark place. Like, this helped me in such a way. And you reflect on yourself. You have some self-reflection on those moments and it helps you again. More power to you. Keep doing what you're doing. But for those of you who lost that light, and for those of you who are loved ones or friends, all the friends of XXX, all the friends of X, all the family of X, all the fans of X, all of you, anyone connected to this man in any way, I'm sorry for your loss. But that's all I have to say. I just hope all of you can take this and do with it what you please, because this is gonna be heavy on a lot of people. And if you fake that, like, oh my god, I'm so depressed now that X is gone, I don't know what I'm gonna do, like, blah blah blah, that's whatever. I'm sorry for my language, but fuck you. Because this man's work and what he said and what he presented to his community, or the community in general, influenced a lot of people in a lot of ways. And now that that is gone, they can only live off what he has done or has said. So if you're faking that emotion or you're faking the funk on this, fuck you. And I'm not sorry for my language, and I'm not sorry for how I feel. Because it's low-key disrespectful, because there are people who found help in what this man has done or said. Everybody has that one thing that helps them escape that, or helps them through that moment. Some people that was X.